I'm Bree.
I'm May.
I'm Jerica.
I'm Miranda.
And I'm Kia.
And we are
Women's Empowerment Circle. It's been a vision of ours all in one to come together and empower women and men to become their best selves, to help them feel empowered and take back what they feel they have lost, things that they think they can work on to become better. We're just here to uplift you and give you the encouragement to let you know that nothing is impossible. You are worthy, and we are here to support you and uplift you. So we hope that we can be of encouragement to you all. We are not perfect. We're human too. So we can help you, and you can help us.
And today we're talking about
Comparison Kills.
Coming from the song by Jonathan McReynolds, which is entitled Comparison Kills. And we'll be talking about comparison.
We decided to discuss comparison kills because in life, we as women often compare ourselves to others. We compare our worth to someone else. And so when you comparing yourself to someone else, you're downplaying your own self. You're making yourself less than. So then you feel less than because you're comparing yourself to that other person. But we don't know what that other person is going through, what it took for them to get to where they are. We're just seeing the end result and comparing ourselves to them. So we just need to learn that we don't always have to compare ourselves to others. Where you are in life is where you're supposed to be. We just have to get comfortable and be happy with who we are. And once we get to that point, then we won't have to compare.
Right.
Jericho, what you think?
I think that's like being sisters. Like we're all sisters, and I'm sure there's been times that we've compared ourselves to each other. Like, oh, she always have all the dudes that talk to her. Oh, she's light skinned or whatever. And so, comparison keeps.
Yeah. And also, in regards to Jonathan McReynolds, a lot of times, because we love God as well, in our pursuit, we often think, oh, they more saved, or she go to church every Sunday, so they must be doing better in life. And you can't compare someone's walk with Christ in any way.
Oh yeah, and speaking of that, we are all pastors' kids. We all grew up in the church. So we get a lot of that comparison too. They be like, oh, well, they church kids. They ain't been through nothing. But little do you know, we be going through the most stuff.
Exactly.
Y'all just don't know it. You know, people be like, well, I wish that was my grandpa, Pastor Johnson. You do not wish that was your grandpa all the time. Amen.
Well, I'm like the youngest out of all of them. But
I'm trying to say it like that.
Okay.
No, but I mean, what's out there is what us as a youth have to like look to as like inspiration and stuff. And a lot of us, we do compare ourselves to that. Not saying that all of them are bad to compare yourself to, but you know, like, it's okay to look up to someone, but don't compare yourself, because the second you start comparing yourself to them, you start to lose yourself. Because you want to be more like them instead of who you are.
Your level of success, I believe, is what you decide it is. Like, if you happy where you at, be happy. If that's a big car, big house, little car, little house,
Right.
Wherever you are, be happy with your success. I feel like people always measure their success compared to someone else's. But as long as you're happy and as long as you're okay with what you're doing, I feel like that's where you're successful at. That's what is most successful, when you are okay with whatever you have, whatever you want, whatever you're pursuing.
And that's where you have to, like she said, you just have to be comfortable in who you are and where you are in life. Set those goals and meet them. It's okay to admire people. It's the difference between admiring and comparing. So you can admire somebody, sit down and have a conversation with them. Be like, okay, well, how did you do this? How did you get there? And then you can try to, incorporate it into your life, into what you have going on, instead of comparing. So admire, take notes, have conversations, and
to tap on what you said about admiring, it's like me, I'm a dancer, so I look up to Michael Jackson as dancing, So I take a little bit of what he does and mix it with my own to make it mine. So one people like, oh, you just copycat. That's what you know. It's mine. And that's the greatest feeling ever, because it's like I accomplished that. I liked what he did. I took a little bit of that and did that. And it's like, because I do music too, so I'm like a music producer. So it's like when you like take old songs, so like Earth, Wind and Fire or something, you try to like remix it. You take a bit of that song and then you make it yours. You make it like how, like what music sounds like to, you know. You just take a little bit of something and make it your own.
So you ain't out here killing yourself.
Stop comparing, and we as women have to stop doing that too. Stop comparing yourself to other people and trying to downplay the next one. And that's why we wanted to start this, to uplift each other, so we can all become better and get out of the struggles of, you know, still self-doubting.
Yeah.
You know, we got to stop that.
And there's a saying, the grass is always greener on the other side, but it's really, the grass is greener where you water it. And if you nurture yourself, take care of yourself, you'll start to build a level of confidence that doesn't make it so overbearing when you see someone doing something that you're not. Sometimes people do things that you've always aspired to do. Use it as inspiration, but make your own lane.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes that grass be fertilized. So that's why it be looking greener.
Exactly.
I say you gotta learn to love yourself first.
Yes.
First and foremost, you do. And that's the key. That's the key.
Well, have you, I think the question is like, well, for us, have you ever tried almost killing yourself, comparing yourself to somebody?
No. I love myself too much.
Well, maybe not like physically, but you do kill yourself. Like, okay, I am 33. My sister is engaged. I'm still single. You know, so you be like, yeah, for now. But you know, you go through them things, you like, well, I'm the big sister. Like, you know, should not be setting an example, should not be doing this stuff. It's like, so not physically,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But, you know, mentally, because you start being like, dang, I need to do this. That's draining. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to keep up. You don't have to keep up. She done been through her own things. I've been through my things. But when you comparing yourself, you don't think about those things. Exactly. So.
Yeah, and I didn't mean kill yourself.
Well, I mean, I know people go through that. Some people do, yeah. Some people do. Like, there's people that are getting these butt injections, literally killing themselves. They don't have the money for it, so they go to some little rundown place, some unprofessional, and end up dying. But as far as killing, I've never necessarily, like, to answer the question, I guess I've never compared myself to a point of like killing myself literally or anything like that. But when I ever get like overwhelmed, like on social media, like, oh, I'm feeling concerned because somebody didn't like my post, or I'm like, dang, nobody, like, I see that I've lost a follower or something like that, I remove myself from it. Because I be that mental, like, caring about that, I'm like, okay, that's some kind of sort of a death I'm going through right there. So I definitely take a break so that I can come back and use it and enjoy it for what it's supposed to be used for. And I feel like I want other people to do that as well. If I may empower anyone, I feel like use it as a place to be who you are, but not to compare or not to berate or hate on somebody else.
Comparison does kill. And I remember when I was in high school, my sister was, in case you guys don't know, we're from Portland, Oregon, and it's a small town.
PDX.
And my sister was a popular figure in her high school, in her middle school, and our elementary school, and on top of that, with preacher's kids. So everyone knew that she could sing and all this stuff. And so whenever I came along, they were like, oh, so what can you do? Nothing. I'm just this goofy, silly, fun sister. And she's also fun, but she had more talents in different areas. And so often people would ask me, so what can I do? And after years and years of people asking me, I kind of felt like I didn't have anything to offer. So when I started dating, I felt like the same thing with men. Like, I didn't have as long hair as my sister. I couldn't sing. I wasn't as lady and dainty, although she's a tomboy too. But she was, you know, she had this effeminate side that I didn't have. And so when I started dating, it took a toll on the men that I chose. They was trifling, and I used to think that, well, I don't have that much to offer, so I guess I deserve it. And for a long time, I took that. And then now that I'm older and I'm single and I'm looking, I'm like, oh man, I deserve this. And I'm feeling like, oh, I only get the men that's like this because I'm like this. But it takes a toll on you to compare yourself to other people, even people that you love and you look up to. It's different when you love who you are and you say you like something about somebody and you want to try to do it, but when you start to let that stuff affect how you view yourself, like maybe you don't have that much to offer, it then affects how you live out your life, and eventually kills the purpose that God has for you. You know, I started walking away from the things that God had because I felt like I didn't deserve it. I could still serve in the church whether I was singing or not. I could still be a good woman and a good wife whether I'm as pretty or long haired or not. And it took a little while for me to figure that out, but once I figured it out, now I want you guys to know. And I don't want any of you women or men to compare yourself to people that are in your life or that you look up to. Just be yourself. Take some qualities, you know, to help yourself improve, but be yourself. You're great. God made you the way you are for a reason. And remember, you're made in his likeness.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
you better preach.
Okay.
Don't you think if God wanted you to be that, he would have made you that?
Wouldn't he have?
Does that not cross people's mind at all? Like,
Probably
if it
after
was-
they realize, like,
Well, yeah, I know
okay.
you got to go through stuff to realize some stuff, and that's another thing too. It's like you want that so bad, but
Right.
are you willing to go through what you got
Hello,
to go through?
okay.
So the question is, how
Okay.
bad do you want it?
Hello, you
Okay,
better
y'all. Little
Like, for
sisters
real.
better preach today.
let me find out.
Yes. Okay, absolutely. Are you really willing though? Because
Right.
even me, like, the whole idea of like marriage and stuff, it's an intense conversation to have. But when I really got on the idea of what it was supposed to be and started to look in the Word and all these things, and I was comparing myself to the Word, and I want to live out the Word. I want to be the way God would have me to be, but I have to be realistic to the fact that it's a process. Like, really, are you ready to go through the things that you have to go? Like, a lot of people are breaking up relationships because they're trying to be like they brothers in their marriages and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Set your own goals.
You should
Stop
be
trying
your
to get
own
somebody
goal.
else's
Yes,
goals. Set
you should be your own
like,
goal.
for real.
And he will
Yes.
make you and help you to become the things that you need to be. So you don't have to compare yourself or rush that process.
Right. And we say, we've been focusing a lot on, just women comparison themselves, but men do it all the time too. Men
Don't
compare
they?
themselves to
Don't
each
they?
other.
I went to Kobe Bryant.
Hello.
Dang.
Hello.
If you don't go sit your happy
Non-playing
meal, make
basketball
yourself
self
down.
Can barely
Yes.
run a mile.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
come
we
on.
have these guys out here looking up to people that's out here selling drugs and living the fast life. So they like, oh, I want to do that. Knowing you ain't about that life. Knowing you
Speak
gonna
on it.
tell on yourself and be in jail somewhere, you really ain't about that life. So like they compare themselves too, and that's why I wanted to get.
Please,
We're
y'all.
gonna have some men come in too and get their perspective, but it's not just women that do that. It's men that do it as well. We just all need to stop doing that, and we need to learn how to love ourselves, appreciate ourselves, embrace where we are, because sometimes we block our own blessings. We block
You better
our
come
own being able to go to that next level because we so stuck on comparing ourselves when God is like, you are perfect where you are and I'm ready to take you to this next level.
Right.
But you don't even see your own worth. You don't even see that you worthy of me taking you to that next
Yeah.
level.
Right,
So
right,
until
right.
you
Come on.
can realize that, and till you can see, okay, yes, God, I'm ready. I see I am enough. I am worthy.
Yeah.
I do deserve that. When you start to have that, and you start to feel that way, then you will see.
Yeah.
He will start opening them doors.
Yes.
He'll start ordering your steps.
Yes.
He'll start sending those people into your life.
You can't go around here comparing yourself to everybody. It's like being in your 20s, you think, oh, well, I'm just supposed to have the best job and a degree and a car. And no, you got what you got because that's where God has placed you.
Right.
Like, everything ain't meant for you at that moment that you think you at.
Just accept yourself for who you are, accept for where you are, and see, just keep your eyes open. And if you're praying for something and you want to see some change, you got to be able to take those steps. You got to get out of your comfort zone and just take that leap.
And it's okay to be different. As a matter of fact, that's the most powerful thing, is being you. That you are different. God made you how you're supposed to be. That's your goal. Enjoy being who you are.
You do what you are able to do to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
You give your best at it, no matter if it looks like the people on YouTube or if it doesn't.
Right.
You may be able to bless somebody.
Any questions for the audience? Or if you have any questions for us, feel free.
Yes,
Tell us
please
your story.
send us
Yeah.
the questions or anything you want to ask us.
Comments.
We're here to answer. I mean, we ain't
Sugarcoating.
we don't sugarcoat.
We're not trying
And
to
we
be
not no
experts.
experts
Yeah.
either.
No.
Disclaimer:
But
we're not
yeah.
experts, but we will give you our honest opinion. All of our opinions differ.
And it's based on what we went through too,
yeah.
individually. So I mean,
All right, y'all.
Hope you guys enjoyed. We will
Yeah.
have more videos coming. If you have topics that you would like for us to talk about, discuss, please send them to us, and we will do our best to try to incorporate them as well. But stay tuned. We have some great stuff coming for you guys.
Tons of it. Real.
Yes.
Real topics.
Yeah.
Our Facebook and Instagram is Women Empowerment Circle. It's open, so go ahead and hit that follow button, that like button. We like likes.
click
Yes.
that little bell down below so you get the
Yes.
notification
You
and
can
be on the
comment
notification
Send a
squad.
message on
Yeah.
Facebook or Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
And definitely subscribe to the Bree Lally Show.
Yes.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching.
I'm Bree.
I'm May.
I'm Jerica.
I'm Miranda.
And I'm Kia.
And
We're
Comparison kills.
oh.
Yeah, we got that all mixed up.
I just drew. I'm sorry, y'all. I drew like the biggest blank.
Well, I don't actually like the song Comparison Kills. It sounds a mess.
That's her
I
opinion.
love the conversation that he's having and starting up, but it may not be the best sounding and the best way to probably think about this.
But that's your opinion.
But yeah.
Well, Jonathan, I love the song, okay? So don't be putting no thumbs down in this video. Some of us like the song.
so honest right now.
Honesty is the
Brutally
best
honest.
policy.
A lot of times we compare ourselves to stuff that's not even real. People trying to be Kim Kardashian because that's what they think a black woman
Kim
looks like.
Kardashian don't even look like Kim Kardashian.
Hello.
It's a stereotype.
You also gotta know when you can't do something.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Cause
Yes.
you out here looking foolish.
Yes.